guys, and welcome to another video. I haven't made a video in ages, I'm really sorry, but I'm back and this is probably going to be a fairly quick video. This is just me answering some questions that I get asked a lot. As you know, I always put my social media out at _Manisha P, and I get lots and lots of messages, especially on Instagram, about medicine and applying to medicine from lots of year 12s. And so I thought it would be helpful just to make a little short video with some of the commonly asked questions so you guys don't need to ask me them again. But yeah, so here we go. Firstly, I get asked a lot is about a medicine personal statement. Lots of people wonder, because obviously with UKCAT you have 5 options, 4 can be for medicine and 1 is your backup. Lots of people ask, oh, do I make it half medicine, half my backup? How does it work? And so the way that I would say this, and bear in mind everything I say in this video, please take with a pinch of salt. I am just, I just finished year 13. It's only because I've done the whole medicine process. And this is kind of stuff that I was told and I've read about. But if you want to do your more research, please do that. But yeah, so just bear that in mind. What I was told is that most universities, especially those which are seen as common backup choices, so for example for courses such as biochemistry or biomedical sciences, those two in particular are common backup courses. And so when they get your application, they won't be like, oh, there's not enough biomedical science in this, reject. They'll probably be like, oh, they're a medicine student, this is their backup, accept. That's what happens pretty much most of the time. In fact, I have my sister's friend who I think does like biochemistry or something, was saying in her class, majority of the people there are actually kind of people who did med or dentistry or vet, and they didn't quite get the grades, and so they're hoping to kind of go on to those courses after they do their backup choice. And so, these universities, these courses already realise their backups, and so what you need to do is prioritise to tailor your entire personal statement to the course that you want, whether that be medicine, dentistry or vet. So don't worry about your backup. And I know I was worried as well when I submitted my application sometime in October last year, and it was like November, and I was like, I haven't heard from my backup, and my backup is bio at York, and I was like, was there enough biology? Like, it was very medicine, it was mainly about my experience in like hospitals, there was hardly any biology, and then I was like freaking out, I wasn't going to get my insurance, and I was worrying, but I got it in the end. And it's basically just that, most of these courses, once they see it's tailored for your particular course, they will see that they're a backup, and they'll probably be fine with it, accept you, and you've got your firm sorted. However, if you're going for not like a typical or traditional backup choice, for example, I had a friend who went for pharmacy as his backup. He had to do a separate interview for that. Like, that was a completely different process. I have another friend, I can't remember exactly what the name of his course was, but it was something different and sounded really great. But for that course, he has to do a completely different personal statement, as well as an interview on top of that, as well as his medicine stuff. So just bear that in mind. If you're not going down the traditional backup choice, you might have to do extra stuff. But yeah, generally, if you're going for the typical one, just tailor your personal statement for your main course. Don't worry about the other thing, because they probably see that they're a backup. So yeah. Second question I get asked a lot is about UKCAT. It's that time of year again, and I'm going to be really honest, I don't remember a great deal about answering questions for the UKCAT in terms of the techniques and things, because obviously a whole year's gone past. I just wiped it out of my mind as soon as I did it. And so what I would say to people asking me about the UKCAT, please just watch my videos from last year, especially my results one, because at the end I give a whole bunch of tips on each section, because right now I'm sort of like, read the questions, do it quickly, like I don't have very specific points. What I would say, lots of people still ask, oh, how long should I spend on it? Once again, that depends on you. I spent 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks, I spent about 2 to 3 hours every day on Medify. But like I said, it depends. I had some friends using a month, some friends using 3 weeks, 2 weeks. It all just depends on you. What I would say is, as always, I'm very much promoting Medify just because it's what I used, what a whole bunch of people in my year, in the year above used. Loads of people used it. It's basically identical to the real test. In fact, I think the only thing that was different was like the colour of the background. The rest of it, the format is pretty much identical, and I think it's probably the best way to practice. I know the UKCAT book is there, and that is meant to be really good. In fact, it's meant to be even more challenging. However, I think just the way that you're sitting, you're using your computer, you're using the little calculator thing, all of that is what, for me, makes Medify like perfect. And I know you have those like courses out there, and some of the courses are like £500, which I think is a bit ridiculous. And I can see why they are useful. I don't know anyone who's actually used it personally. I know some friends had extra like tuition for UKCAT, which is great and stuff. But what I would say, and what I'm pretty sure everyone would say, the core to doing well, the majority of it, is just practice. If you put in the hours, and the thing I like about Medify is that they had tutorials, which were kind of like, oh, this is the kind of technique you want to be using for this section. You practice that technique again and again and again. You refine the technique, and hopefully you do well. Like I said in my videos last year as well, it is a little bit about luck, which is annoying. But honestly, I would say, and I said in the video itself, I do think I got lucky last year. Obviously, majority of it was practice and technique, and sure, I put in the hours, but the test I got on the day, it just happened to work for me kind of thing, and I happened to get a good score. So please don't be too disheartened if you don't get the score that you wanted, but the best thing you can do is prepare yourself, and you can do that by practicing. So yeah, and lots of people are getting stressed out. Please don't get stressed out. I know lots of people being like, I've only got a month till my UKCAT and I'm still really panicky about it. Honestly, that's plenty of time. What you need to do is just crack on, start practicing now, whether that be by the books or a course or a software, whatever you choose to do, just start practicing. That's pretty much the advice I can give you. Like I said, for the specific tips, please watch my videos last year. The next thing I get asked a lot is about books to read. I only read one book last year, and that was Hippocratic Oaths. It's a very random book. Once again, the only reason I read it is because my sister bought it a couple of years back because she was going to do medicine, and she was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And it was a book I just had lying around in the house. I read it, I enjoyed it, I put it in my personal statement, and it wasn't anything too specific. If you want, read the book, it's a great read, but like I've always said, there are so many books out there. Honestly, lots of people have been like, oh, can you give me a list of books to read? Just Google it. There's no specific book that will guarantee you, an offer. It's not like that. You just need to be able to read a book, enjoy it to an extent, I suppose, reflect on it, and be able to talk about it. That's basically what it is. It's just that you have done your extra research independently and got to know more about the course that you're applying for. That is pretty much what it is. I know lots of people have said as well, I'm reading a book, it's a bit challenging, I'm not sure if I should keep reading it. This happened to me last year. I remember I was reading a book just solely on mitochondria, which is very specific. And sure, some points of it was interesting, but I won't lie, a lot of it I was just reading, I was like, oh, I don't really like this. It's not engaging with me, and I'm someone who likes to read a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, if I've read a book for a bit, if I'm not getting to it, I would just kind of put it aside and just get on something else. And what I would say was something like med or like vet or like dentistry. If you're reading a book, if it's hard, maybe do some research around it. If you're still not engaging with it, don't waste your time and get another book. Because at the end of the day, you need a book that you're going to be able to talk about in your personal statement and may be asked about in your interview, and you want to be passionate about it. You want to be able to talk about it, in detail and give your honest opinion about it. And in order to do that, I would just say get a book that you enjoy and that you can read just thoroughly and be really kind of captivated by it. Otherwise, you're going to kind of it's just not great. If you can't find a book that you don't, if you don't enjoy the book, don't read it, is what I would say. And that's basically what I did. I just went around finding a book that I did enjoy and get into it, and it was all good. Final question I get asked a lot is work experience. I have lots of panicking year 12s being like, oh, my work experience isn't sorted, I don't know what to do. First of all, I would say, if you want to know how to get work experience, I've done a whole video on it on the student room, check it out. I've gone into detail about how to get it, and I've done little videos about my own experience, so if you want to know more about that, check that out. To people who haven't got anything sorted and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, if you're in year 12, going into year 13 in September, what I would say is it absolutely essential to get work experience in a hospital? Not necessarily. Is it really, really good? Yes. Some universities will see it as potentially vital, like they will very much be like, do they have it, yes or no? If not, it's a reject. Some of them will look at it like that. Some of them, however, will be, they understand it's really competitive, it's hard to get. So what they would say is try and get some experience in, say, an elderly care home. That is often seen as like an alternative to some universities. As long as you have some kind of experience in that kind of care setting, you understand what it's like, the good parts, the bad parts, and you've had that experience, and they often say for a certain amount of hours, then that is seen as like your alternative. And so what I would say is in your application, by October, when you're sending it off, you want to have at least one of those two. And I suppose it's up to you to research the universities that will be happy to have the alternative experience. Like I said, most of them will just be like hospital or no hospital. That is what they want. And that's for medicine. And some of them, however, will be like, okay, we get that you don't have that, but at least have this. And so, it's only end of July. You have the whole of August, September as well. It is a commitment you are making, but it is something that is pretty much kind of vital to universities. So it's like you need it if you want to apply. So like I said, do that research. Try and find if, whether they accept the alternative. And hopefully they do, and just get straight on it kind of thing. You don't want to get to like mid-September being like, oh, I haven't done any work experience. Like, that's not a good position to be in. So please don't stress too much, but just go out, do that research, find out what you need to do, and get on it. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. Those are like the 4 kind of topics I get asked about a lot. But like I said, please do continue asking me questions. Comment them down below, or tweet me, or on Instagram @_ManishaP, and I will answer your question. I'm sure lots of you have also been asking about how I'm feeling about results day. Honestly, I'm terrified. I am really, really scared. I'm going to be, just straightforward with you. Just whenever I'm with friends as well, whenever we like go out and someone mentions the word exams or just results day in general, all of us just go silent and just kind of go like I have no idea basically what's going to happen on the day. I'm a bit worried, I'm not going to lie. I hope it goes well. I will probably do a video regardless of what happens. But anyway, that's like in 3 weeks' time. We don't need to worry about that now. But yeah, I hope you guys are okay. I hope you're enjoying summer, doing exciting things with friends and with family. Yeah, that's pretty much everything from me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, continue asking me questions if you have any worries. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the Student Room for lots more videos. Also, don't forget I have my own YouTube channel, Bit of a Fangirl, where I post videos every so often. Recently posted my prom vlogs, so if you want to watch them, go check them out. But yeah, that's all from me. Hope you have a great time. See you soon. Bye!